today.
I look rough too. Well, hey everybody, it's good to be live right here on Facebook. We got the man, the legend, Mr. Rodney Baucom with the Gospel Greats. How you doing today, buddy Rodney?
I'm doing well. How you doing, brother?
Blessed and highly favored. We're looking for to have
Good.
you on today.
Man, it's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me to be a part.
Hey, it's always glad to get hosted on and stuff. Hey, what is God's call upon your life, like for the interviews and stuff you do?
Yeah, I knew at a pretty young age, in my early 20s, what I wanted to do with my life. I tried. The whole story is I tried a little bit of accounting work. I knew some people that did accounting and they did pretty good financially at it, and I thought, man, I need to make a lot of money. So I went into college to first study accounting, and I hated it. I hated it. Not slighting any of our accountants that may be watching, but it just wasn't for me. It wasn't the way that God had. God didn't call me to be an accountant, and I had done some local radio stuff, and really enjoyed. Let me cut my other phone down. Really enjoyed doing that on the weekend basis, and so I thought, well, let me give this a try. This is if this is where God's leading, then He'll provide. He'll open up the right doors that I need to walk through. And so He has all these years. This year, I'm celebrating 35 years as a radio guy and in Christian radio, and I've loved it. Love it every morning. Still get up early, do the morning show, and manage what we do at the Life FM. Work on the gospel greats and all those great things that it takes to do what God's called me to do.
Amen. Um, when did when did you first begin working at the radio station, and how did it got started?
Yeah, that was back in 1990. No, it was earlier than that. It was 1987 was the year that I first started doing something in radio at a local AM station in Mint Hill, North Carolina, which is just outside of Charlotte. And I actually did a countdown program there on a contemporary Christian music station. But I kind of always, I did always love Southern gospel music. My mom and dad had exposed me to that because they loved it. They loved the Happy Goodmans and the Rambos and the Blackwoods, and so I kind of grew up listening to that music and watching the gospel singing Jubilee every Sunday morning. And so when I finished with that opportunity at that contemporary Christian music station, that's when I kind of decided to follow my goal of operating a Southern gospel station.
Hmm. I tell you what, you have blessed a lot of people, brother. I tell you,
Thank you, friend.
it's always a privilege. I listen to Gospel Great sometime on live, and it was always a good thing to watch.
Well, thank you. I think if you follow your passion for what you enjoy doing, and I remember at an early age. I mean, I was probably in my early teens, and loved listening to radio people like Casey Kasem, and there was a guy too that did local radio in our market that he would deliver a line, and then after he was off the radio, I would copy him and try to sound like him. And so over the years,
Hmm.
I've honed whatever craft or gift that God has given to me, and tried to walk through the doors that He's opened. And I'm very thankful that I have the opportunity to do the gospel greats and to be a part of the Life FM.
Yeah, you mentioned the Life FM. I tell you what, people like to listen to the Gospel Greats in both radio stations. And I thank God for what we'll do. Tell us about the Gospel Greats.
Well, you can't mention the gospel greats without talking about Paul Heil and the legacy that Paul created in gospel music. He was a legend. He was a hero to so many singers and radio guys like me that followed his work, and we had carried the gospel greats on several of the radio stations I was involved with over the years, Joy FM out of North Carolina, and then with the Life FM. It was always a staple to have the gospel greats on, and Paul Heil, such a legend. His passing was such a shock to me. I feel like it needed to be on world news tonight, nationwide, but they didn't report on it. But I saw it on Facebook, and what an impact his passing had on gospel music. And so we were, as many other radio stations were, we were concerned about what we're going to do to fill that hole, and because he left a big hole in our programming when he passed away,
Man,
and I think a hole in the industry because so many people listened to the gospel greats over the years. And so, we continued to carry some of the repeat broadcasts that Sheila and the boys would put out, and just hoping that, God would find a way to continue the program. Well, I got a call from a couple of guys with Seawalker Media who were pondering buying the program from Sheila Heil, and wanted to know if I'd be interested in hosting the show. And that was one of those things, sometimes you have to sit and you have to think about something and pray about something because you're not
that's right.
sure what what God's doing. But in this
Amen.
circumstance, Spencer, I felt like God had prepared me my entire life for
Amen.
this opportunity to host the gospel greats. All of the knowledge that I had about gospel music, all of the knowledge that I had in radio and recording and editing audio, I feel like he'd been preparing me for that role my entire life. And so when they asked me about doing it, I said, guys, this is one of those things that I don't have to pray about because I feel like God's already prepared me and already pushed me in this direction. Not that I would ever have
Amen,
wished
brother.
anything to happen to Paul Heil because I loved him and I loved his work ethic and his presentation. I was a real fan, but I knew that that program had to continue, and I knew that if I didn't do it, maybe no one else would. So they asked me, and I said yes, and here we are today, about 4 years later, continuing to do the broadcast.
Amen.
Thank you, brother.
Well, brother Rodney, you host a lot of you EMC a lot of concerts. What are some concerts that you're gonna be emceeing? That way, somebody like to go meet you in person.
Well, we've got a lot coming up here in the next few weeks. This weekend, we're going to Gainesville, Georgia for the Lefevre's 20-year anniversary concert. That's going to be a big deal in Gainesville, Georgia. So super excited about that. Love Mike and Jordan and all the guys there. And so we're excited about that. The one that you got up on the screen right there, the St. Jude benefit, that is coming up on August the 2nd over in Gainesville also. And this is just a huge event. Let me just say a word about Stanley Pierce and his wife Peg and the work that they do. It's incredible. They lost one of their boys to leukemia at a very young age, and they have seen the value of what St. Jude Children's Hospitals do. And so this concert benefits St. Jude's 100%, and they have raised so much over the years for St. Jude Children's Homes. I mean, many thousands of dollars. I think upwards of 70 to $80,000 they raised last year to benefit this very worthy organization. So I'll be there on August 2nd. I'm excited about that. We'll have Greater Vision Tribute Quartet and the Resurrection Quartet, and it's going to be a fantastic time there at Lanier Tech in Gainesville, Georgia. So would love to have you visit with us and enjoy a great night. And it's for a great cause. So we hope that you'll bring great big bags of money to help benefit St. Jude. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a big one. National Quartet Convention is going to be coming up September the 21st through the 27th. That's always a big annual event. I don't care where you live in America, all roads lead to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the third week in September. And so we hope that if you've never been to the Quartet Convention, you might take a look at that. Everybody in the industry will be there. It's an exciting several days of gospel music, quartets, trios, soloists, and duets. Fantastic time there in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. A lot of good eating, a lot of good shopping, and fans love having it there. Locally, we've got several events going on. We've got an event called Carolina Strong that is coming to Anderson, South Carolina, with the Triumphant Quartet and Karen Peck and New River and Heart to Heart. And that's September the 13th. That is actually before the National Quartet Convention. I'm sorry, no, it's not. That's November the 15th. My apologies. November 15th. So that will be after Quartet Convention at Temple Baptist Church. So that's another big one for us locally. And then every year, well, I say every year, for the second year in a row, we're hosting the Family and Friends concert with Greater Vision and the Mylan Hayes family. And that'll be again in Anderson, South Carolina as well. And that kind of wraps up the year for us. But yeah, I love getting the opportunity to MC and meet folks and enjoy gospel music live. So that's always a highlight of my of what I get to do.
But Rodney, I met you a couple of years ago. I went to NQC the very first time I went to Pigeon Forge. I met you up there.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a good time. And I
Man,
met.
there's so many folks. I tell you that the concourse there is super crowded, and it's difficult to make your way through the halls. I stay most of my time there. I've got a room where I do a lot of interviews for the gospel greats, and so that's where I spend most of my time. But I enjoy it every year. It's good to see my friends in gospel music every year at the National Quartet Convention.
Well, Brother Rodney, like you always tell people on the Gospel Greats, y'all, like he always tells you, join us next time on the Gospel Greats. And I want to tell you something, Rodney. I love to listen to Gospel Greats. I listen to it a lot. I listen to it on live, and I thank God that y'all still carry the great gospel music.
Well, thank you, friend. There's nothing like it in the world. It's my favorite variety of music, and I hear it every day that people love the program and love the music, and so we're very blessed to be a part of it and keep it moving into the future.
Yeah. Well, thank you, brother. We really enjoyed it. Thank you, brother, and the best yet to come. God bless you, brother.
Well, thank you, Spencer. God bless you, my friend. It's good to visit with you, and appreciate all the folks that listen to the Gospel Greats and the Life FM. And if you don't have the Life FM in your area, we do have an app that's available in the App Store. A lot of folks have been downloading that, and you can listen to it. I do the morning show there with my daughter, Reagan, and we have a great time just talking about things that are happening in the world and in gospel music. So you can download the app in the App Store if you have an Android or Apple device. Just search for the Life FM, and you'll find it. Spencer, God bless you, my friend. It's good to talk with you today.
You too, brother. I saw your daughter. I saw your daughter-in-law a few weeks ago, Carrie Gooch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw her yesterday. It was kind of funny. My son videotaped her, and I told this to my staff a few minutes ago. My son videotaped her weed eating. She likes to mow the grass and weed eat the lawn. So that's something that I told my son, you need to do it. He said she loves to do it, so I let her do it. So anyway, she likes to mow grass.
Well, thank you, brother, and the best yet to come. God bless you. Bye-bye, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.